Hey everybody. Okay, so today we are going to work on the back cover. All right, so that is what our thing is today. I'm making sure, yep, everything's in focus. So I have two pieces of 1/2 inch. These were leftover pieces. They're 8.5 inches long and 1/2 inch wide. I think that's like a centimeter. And if you want to know centimeters, it's 21.6 centimeters long, which is the same for these, 21.6 centimeters long and 10.2 centimeters wide. I believe both of them are the same. Yes, they are, which is 8.5 by 4. Okay. I have a couple of, I don't know, I pulled out some black 8.5 by 11. And I never, like I said, I never throw any of my chipboard, even these tiny pieces, okay? And so these are 1/4 inch wide. And I have two of these, and I think they're going to come in handy. What we're going to do is, I also have this closure. So it goes like that. Isn't that pretty? I love it. And there's 3 holes, 1, 2, and 3, up, you know, one at the top, one at the bottom, one on the side where you're going to put brads. But this is going to be our closure, because I have a whole inch. This is a very flat page here, so I have a whole inch to play with. So, woo! Yes. Okay. And you will all be very glad to know that I refilled my bottle. I put in the Dreams Etc. Professional Designer Glue into the Barely Art glue. And so there was only a smidgen down at the bottom, so I didn't worry about it. I just poured the other glue in there. Not enough to make it different. All right. First thing we're going to do is get a piece of paper. And it is going to be, let's see, I guess I'm going to have to do it this way. Okay, so I'm going to need 2 sheets of paper. We're going to go ahead and get the glue all. I'm going to move my book for a moment. Let me double check. Yeah, that's going to be perfect. Okay, so glue all right here, spatula right here, and let's get this. Now, I've kind of had this page built in my head for a long time, and I just haven't had the right space to do it. But since I have a whole inch to play with, I think this is going to be the right space. Let's go ahead and all right, there's that. Now I'm going to flip this around, and I'm going to leave, since I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave myself a good bit of space on that one side. And I did get out one of my dad's old hankies, so I'm not using the old glued up and inked up, and that could be an art project all in itself, you know. That could be an art project all by itself. Yeah. All right, let's flip her around and do a little smooching. Okay, now I'm going to take one of these 1/2 inch strips, There we go. Let's just smooth this around. And I'm going to leave, and matter of fact, let me get my 1/4 inch. And I'm going to put that right next there. So now I'll have, just like in our books, a nice 1/4 inch space. And I'm not going to put this right up to the edge. Just going to put it very, very close, and make sure that you're even, you know, top and bottom. I know I'm a little askewed, but that's no biggie, because we're gonna work this just like we do a book. Okay, so we've got that once. I'm gonna let that dry, and we're gonna do it again. Gonna do it again, because we have to have 2 to close our doors. So yeah, I've been thinking about this page now for quite some time, and got the 1/2 inch, which is going to be the sides. So that is going to give us some nice space for inside. Some nice space. Keeps sliding on me. All right. Well, that one's really crooked. There we go. Doesn't have to be that crooked. I can do a little better than that. I don't know straight very well, but I can do better than that. All right, so there's that one. And then we're going to get our other little 1/2 inch. Put a little glue. So I got some pretty good response from my last video, hence I'm doing this again and talking to you guys. Yeah, so we're just trying to see what makes everybody happy. And again, you know, me and glue on my fingers. Yay. Where'd I put it? Over here. Let me wipe that a little bit. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to put this down again. There we go. And rip. Okay, put that away. And I'm going to go ahead and burnish this. I don't think I burnished the other one. It's easier to burnish it before you put the other side down. Okay. So there we go. All right, so now we're going to let that one dry. We're going to bring this one back over. So this is the side. This is like our spine. And then this is our front closure part. So I didn't burnish this, and I want to go ahead and get that burnished. Now, scissors. We're going to go ahead and do just like if this was a book. We're going to cut off our corners so that we don't have all that bulk there at the corners. Now on this one, we're going to leave, oh yeah, I'll probably cut some of it off, but I am going to take out a V, leaving a little bit. I think that will work for me. I take out a V right I could probably do it a little bit. Okay, so let's see how that's working. I haven't done this one like this before, so let me just get myself a little bend and see how this is going to work. Okay, and then this, I think I'm just going to cut these off. I think I'm just going to use my put the blade out. That actually works a little better, doesn't it? And just cut these off. I'm actually leaving about 1/8 of an inch over for right this minute, just to make sure. I can always go and clip it off. It's like a 1/16, actually, not quite 1/8. Okay. All right, so we have this. I still want to let this dry just a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and do that again for you. We're going to cut our corners off. We're going to do a V. And I think I can just cut. There. I can do that. And then just cut. Yay! Okay. So now we're going to flip back over to this one again. And now that I have this glue bottle nice and full with my Dreams Etc. glue, I am going to go first. I'm going to do the short sides first. So I am going to pull off my score tape, flip it, and get my, okay, we're going to put some glue right on the top, all the way across. Make sure we're coming from the bottom. Now you can put score tape here, or you can, I think I will, just for speed's sake, I think I'll just put some score tape. But for you guys, if you don't want to use your score tape, if it was just me crafting and not trying to video, I probably would just use glue and just kind of, you know, hold out for a few minutes until it was ready. I don't think that's necessary, but I'll go ahead and do this side and this side. And I probably do not want to throw away, that's not it, my score tape cover, because I will still use it. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and put it back on, except for a little bit. So let's burnish before my glue goes dry. All right, so take this one off and take this one off and just bend that one back. And let's just start the process, but I want to get this down like I did in all the other ones so that they're all the same, and work into the corners, work both this side and this side, okay? And then bring the rest of it down. This needs a little bit of glue under here so that that will cover. All right. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. on the edge of the chipboard. I'm not putting it on the black paper. I mean, yeah, it does end up on the black paper, but, and I'm going to put some glue here because there's nothing holding it in that little area. And I think I'll put some glue here too, because it's probably not really being held down over there. All right, make sure you got it nice. Let's get this little bit up. And we're going to first work our paper into that groove. There we go. And then let's pull the rest around. So now we can get a nice straight edge before that glue really dries. You want to get that done before the glue gets too dry. Okay, so there's that part. Now we'll do this one. So let's get this off and this off. All right. Get some glue into the corners. And let's round these corners over. So round them over and then push everything. There's usually a little edge and you want to just flatten it down just as flat as a flitter. Big old flat flitter. Little old flat flitter. Okay, now we're going to put glue on top of what we just folded, plus all the way across the chipboard, and again on top of what we just folded. And I'm going to go ahead and stick some glue on the ends. I mean, you can put some glue in the center if you want. And then let's get this brought around. And there we go. And let's burnish that. If you get a little bump on the corner there, just burnish it flat. Just flatten your tool if you have one. If you don't have one, you can take a ruler and just, you know, really squeeze it tight on there. But make sure you've got yourself a nice edge and a nice corner. All right. So now here, this side is just a smidge too long. So I am going to give it a little cut. There we go. Okay. So now, scoreboard, there we go. And you can probably just do it anywhere, but let's see how we're gonna be able to do this. I'm just putting the groove so that I can score right next to my page. All right. So now we're going to find a piece that we like for this and this. And it's going to, well, actually we'll make it all one, but we will push it down into there. Yes, that'll work. And that I didn't give any thought to at all. So, how about some nice stripes? We really haven't done anything with these beautiful stripes. Let me go ahead and get this cut. There we go. And I'm just going to take all the white off, all the way around. Come on, get in there. And last one. Okay, so let's see. This should... do I like it that way? It's just a little too short once you take the white off for that way. I suppose we could do it this way. It would be all right. Okay, we're going to make it be all right. So let's put the scoreboard away. And let's get this cut the way we want it. All right, right there. Okay, so to begin with, I am going to put some score tape right on the edge of this little piece of chipboard. Okay, and then I'm going to put it right on the edge of the larger piece of chipboard. I'm not taking it all the way up to the edge because the paper won't cover that. So I'm on the side edges, but the top edge I'm staying away because I know my paper is not going to cover all the way to the end because we don't want to be able to see our score tape. So let's burnish that. Okay. Let's get our width now, and I'm going to make it a little longer than I'm going to need it, pencil, because it's going to go down in the dip, and that does take a bit of paper. Not much, but it does take a bit. So I'm going to cut this. Hopefully I'll be leaving myself enough. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on this end. So I'm going to go ahead and pull off my score tape backing on this piece, and I'm going to put glue where there's not score tape. Okay. So I am going to put this right on the edge to cover it up completely. I don't want to see any of the chipboard. There we go. Let's burnish. All right. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take out the piece in the gully, okay? And I'm going to add glue in the gully where we had folded over the black paper because there's no sticky tape there anymore, okay? So now we're going to start along the edge of the small piece and get that paper right down in there. And then start moving over and work the other side against the long piece. Okay, a little bit of glue right out here. That feels pretty good. Make sure it's nice and straight, because it should be. There. All right. Now we're going to take off the other piece of score tape and add our glue around our paper. We can also use a bit of our glue all on here as well. And it's cheaper and it's quicker. And you don't want, you know, you don't want it not getting stuck to everything. Let's do another little bit right along here. There we go. Okay. I'm getting it along the edge again. And then from the center, I'm going to push it out. And it is going to be too long. So let me... Oh boy, here we go. Let me give it a little cut. And I'm probably cutting right through all of that glue too. So yucky on my scissors. I'm going to be putting something oh, and you know what? I need, before I do that, I need to be putting this on here so that I can hide. Okay, find your center, and this type you just flatten it right up against the edge of your book. Okay, and let's get where are you? Let's get some brads in here. Come on. There we go. 1. 2. And 3. Open these bad boys up. Now let's put our paper down and see. I still didn't cut enough off. Okay, I'm going to have to add more glue. So obviously, I guess you're stretching the paper and it really doesn't take much more paper than what it is. All right. Let's see if I have enough glue here. Glad I thought of that. Okay, there's little spots here and there that around the edge here where I didn't have the glue all. Okay. And like I said, I am going to put a little piece of ribbon or something. I think I'll flip it this way. Try and get it that way. All right. there. So now we can take this and let's bend just like we would a book. Bend it. So there is our first door and a hinge so that it will open up and close. Very good. All right. And this is our right hand door. Okay. Now, let's do the whole process all over again, but better this time on this side. Okay, so put those there. I will measure that. Clean up just a little bit. Kind of got messy. Messy. Where's my cloth? Where's my cloth? Where's my cloth? Oh, it's on the floor. Of course. Of course. Okay. Double-sided tape. Right here. All right. So I'm recording this on my phone, and every once in a while my phone is going doing. So I guess, and I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. So let me know. Can you hear that? Because maybe I need to turn my notifications off. I don't think you'd be able to hear it, but you could probably just hear it because the microphone is picking up sounds. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so let's get ourselves a little bit of score tape. Again, I would probably just do glue and let it dry, but since I'm trying to get this done, you know, I would recommend, if you're trying to get it done quickly or trying to stay up with me, get score tape. Get score tape. Okay, got all that done. Let's burnish real quick. Okay. Now we're going to do the sides again. So I'm going to pick up these 3 pieces. We probably could have done these 2 outside pieces. It probably would have been better to do that after we folded in the sides, so that we will have score tape where we need it for that next step. Okay, I'm going to put glue there and there. And let's not forget to start in the groove first. And then just bring it around. And I didn't pull that one out. There we go. And then just replace. Okay, this side, same thing. And I put the glue there first because I'm also wanting to kind of soften that paper up a little bit. So when it is folded over, you know, it's not cracking because it's kind of going to stretch because it's a little wet. That's my thought process on that anyway. I have had good results with that thought process, but you know, there could be a different reason why it works well for me. I don't know. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So we're going to put glue right there. And let's work it. Make sure that we're going to get into our groove. pushing hard. I'm pushing hard. I'm working out. And then just bring all of that over. Burnish. Bring your covers back. Now we'll do it on this side, but first we're going to do our corners. Going to put some glue in there, because if you glue it down, what's the answer? If you glue it down, it's going to stay better than if you just fold it. And you know what I'm saying? If you actually glue that little tidbit of paper over onto the side, it's more apt to stay and do the proper job than if you don't. All right. Take that off and that off. Get up in there. Start folding that over. And we're going to put glue on the sides. And just start from the center and pull it down. Let's get our edges nice. Okay, so there's that. And where is, here it is. And I don't think I'll have enough to do this side. And I don't know if I have another one of these printed. Poodle head. And I did want to do both of them the same. Well, I have the polka dots, but I don't have a second one of that. So I am going to stop you guys and go and get, yeah, I'm pretty darn sure I don't have it. So I'm going to stop you guys. I got to do it, try and do it simultaneously. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go, guys. So now one thing that I want to do, and I did it on the other one, but I kind of messed up a little bit, is I want to take my black marker and just go across, and you see what happens. You fall right off of there. And blacken that up. Because it's not really getting covered in this build. So that way we don't have to look at that. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do prior to cutting. Now this, whoa, flying right out of my hands. This is my right hand page, and this is the left hand side of, or the inside of the left hand page. So I'm going to butt them up together. Then I'm going to go ahead and put the closure together. Line up the little top and bottom ledges so that they are even. And then I am going to make my holes. I will make them larger in a minute, but I just want to make sure that I have where I want my holes. Gonna be kind of hard to cover the top of it, isn't it? Lisa, 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 Lisa. Lisa, 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 Lisa. Now, I am going to go with this, but what a dork. What a dork. So I think what I'll do is I'll just stick with the black and I will decorate the black. Not put a whole sheet of paper on there. I will just decorate the black. Yes. Not exactly sure how yet. It might just be with lace and ribbon and things like that. So I am going to go ahead and do the same thing with this one. I can put strips down, and I can slide paper up underneath here. So I could do, you know, bits and pieces like that. But whatever I do on this side, I'm going to do on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in. So let me get one. Oh, I ended up with getting a wrong color. I got a bronze and then 2 old gold. Oh well. See, in a hurry, not paying attention. But I will just change the color. Not a problem. Now these, there we go. And just stick your pokey tool. Some of the finish got in the hole and wasn't allowing me to get my brad through. Okay. So, put that one in. And I'm going to go ahead and tighten that one down. And that should kind of help me get these other 2 in. There we go. And then last one. Now, I'm going to make sure I've got these nice and tight. And so then you match them up and close it. That could be pretty. And I'm going to hang some pretty ribbon or something from these little latches, maybe with some bells on them or something. Very pretty. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So now let's go ahead. I did go ahead and cut this paper. One thing I also did not do on this one, which I can just kind of do this. There, but we'll go ahead and do this one. All right. Oh, and I started to tell you guys last video that my son has a new girlfriend. So, of course, we're not hearing from him very often right now. I mean, really, for a while there, we were it. He hasn't really had a huge chance to make a lot of friends. He does have friends, but he's kind of like me, where I have a lot of acquaintances and people that I really like spending time with, but as far as you know, making that honest to goodness friendship kind of situation sometimes can elude you. So that's kind of where he's been at. Now, I'm just going to line this up right on the edge of the paper. I mean, of the little 1/2-inch chipboard piece. Okay. So that's where that's going to go. Get my glue. And I see that I missed it just by a little bit. So I'm going to get my black marker and very carefully hit that white. There we go. All done. Perfect. Okay, burnish. Make sure it's really getting that score tape down and that you've moved that glue around. Now we're going to get our crevice. Oops. Oops. All right. There we go. And I'm going to put some glue where we folded, where we folded this paper down onto the double-sided tape, because we want that spot to and then scooch on over to the other piece of chipboard. So I went down this side of the chipboard first, and then I found the groove of the other side and went down that side. And then we're just going to make sure that we've got it nice and adhered down. And so then the last one we take and we go ahead and we glue. Actually, let's do the glue all. Okay, so there's that. We spread that around. That is a little low. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this and put it up around the edge. Okay, so again, start on your ridge and then push down. And then just do that. Okay. Really spend some time around your, and that seems like there's not enough glue right there. Oh. Yeah, really spend some time around the hasp or latch, hasp latch, so that you can make sure that that paper is getting adhered down everywhere. Okay. All right. So there is our 2 pages. All right. So, now I need my book, don't I? That's about the next step. We do have to give this a fold in. and make sure that you're not getting any puckers. But you put the tape there, so you really shouldn't be getting any puckers. And instead of trying to put that through the scoreboard, I'm just scoring it along the edge there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put, let's see, I want to make sure that we have it to the outside well. So I think I'm going to do the outside first, but let's just give it a look and make sure that we're not going to be too big. And we are right on the money. Yay! So we got it right there. And that's going to close up right like that. Yes, very nice. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna just want that to fold straight down from this piece. Okay, so I'm really pushing right at the end to get that to fold. Instead of it being kind of rounded, I want it to drop right at the edge of the chipboard. If you feel like you need to burnish to get that to happen, then do that. Okay. All right, and that is going to give us just a teeny bit of space that we need. Okay, so that is perfect. So I am going to go ahead and start on this one. And I mean, you can cut this down if you'd like. But I figured, what the heck? I've got it, just leave it. Okay. So this is this side, and I'm going to fold it so I just have the part I'm going to put down, and I'm going to put it down right on the very edge of the book because I need all that space, and make it even, top and bottom. That's good. Try not to get your sticky fingers on everything. Okay, so there's that. And now I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Oops. Oops. Okay. Again, I'm going to fold this. I'm going to put it down. Well, actually, with this one, let's hook it up. Hook it up. Push it so it's flush here. And then we can put this down. Make sure it's nice and straight. Even with the other one. think that's going to look good right there. And let's push that down. There we go. And of course, we're going to put paper down here and all of that stuff. But there we go. Isn't it pretty? And when you close it up, of course, it's not full right now, so it is, you know, kind of collapsing. But there we go. There will be stuff in there to help keep that nicely better together. But yeah, love it. Love it. Okay. So now we get to decorate in here. Now we get to decorate in here. Let me go ahead and clean my spatula off. The gooiness. It's kind of half dry and half not dry. There we go. All clean. Get that off my table. I don't need any more glue. Nope, we're good. Okay, guys. I think that is about it for this video. Maybe I can go ahead and do my, see, where'd I put my little pieces? Did I put them in? Did they slide? No? Where did I put, oh, here they are. Okay, so I have 2/4 inch pieces here, or I have a 1/2 inch piece. The 1/2 inch piece, I think if I put this across the center, it's going to help maintain the shape of my box. All right. And down below, I'm going to put a waterfall. And above here, I am going to put let's see, what was it? A couple of pockets, I think. Yeah, I think that's what I'm probably going to do. But this way, this will help maintain the shape of the drawer. So that I am going to go ahead and cut it right at the edge. Wait a minute, not that edge. Right at this edge where our doors come onto our book. So I want it to come right in there. Let me get this cut. All right, so let's see how I did. Yeah. This has just got a little bit of a upward bend to it. So there, that is going to be perfect. And I can set my drawers on the top and do my waterfall on the bottom. Yeah. Yeah. This also has a little bit of a bend to it because I didn't lay it down flat, lay something heavy on it when it was drying with glue. So, yes, I stick my tongue out a lot. So, a small strip of, let's see, is this going to fit it? We could do just a little strip of this. So I'm going to cut myself 2 inches off of this. So And I'm going to fold it in half. There we go. Easy peasy, right? I am going to put glue. Come on. There you go. On both sides. You could also use double-sided tape if you'd like. So basically, I'm kind of making a structure strip for both sides of this, but just using one sheet of paper, plus I'm getting this covered. So just kind of put it in the center there. Make sure it stays in the groove. And pull your paper down around it. And there it is. And we can give our little ledge. So that one is actually not pushed down in there as well as I'd like it to be. So I'm not going to do a ledge on it because it just didn't quite get up in there. Now I'm going to fold the paper back and burnish it so it's right at the bottom of the black. Of the chipboard, right at the bottom of the chipboard. Okay. And then you can use double-sided tape. Now, I do have this a little bit longer. So what I'm going to do, find my scissors, there they are, is I am going to cut off one side of the excess. Yeah. So we're just going to cut both sides off. Okay. I forgot it's black chipboard, so it won't be. Find that edge there. There we go. We're going to ink so we don't have the white from the paper. We're going to just make sure we're still going to work. Yeah. Okay, so that is going to be our little center section, but first we're going to have to figure out the papers and all that we're going to want for that. And that is going to come up into the next video. So we will finish this in the next video. So don't glue this down yet, because we still need to, we're going to work on 2 box pockets. So we're going to use our little strips and we're going to make box pockets. So we'll have 2 of those, and then we're going to work on a sideways waterfall. And then we will do the front, which is going to just be a nice big, because I don't have quite as much room in the between the front cover. I don't have as much room, so I'm just going to do Probably just a really nice pocket there. Probably a side pocket. And just so you can tuck your pictures in and things like that. So that is it, guys. That's where we're at right now. I'm also yeah, it's not doing too bad. It's not doing too bad. I thought maybe it was gonna really damage this. It is kind of protruding out there, but I think this page, there's not much to that side, so I think it's going to be fine. And there's only the 3 pages, so it's not like it's really heavy, like you've got 6 pages on there or anything. But I'll do an easy side pocket on here, so we'll have all of the innards done on the next video, and we'll get our cover done, and we'll start playing with the poinsettias. Yay! Okay, guys, thanks so much for joining me. I love you all so much. Mwah! And we'll talk to y'all later, okay? Give me a thumbs up if you like this. And, of course, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit that little bell, because sometimes I don't get these videos out on a routine. I do the best I can, but between bad internet and my Etsy shop, it sometimes just loses, you know, I don't know. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Simultaneously.